I first went into the ministry in 84. I started having dreams and visions in 86. And journaling these things and paying close attention, I was sitting in my office at 909 Southland in Fort Worth in 86 and watched the shuttle go up and blow up. The Lord before that was dealing with me about the large aircraft through dreams and visions, many dreams about the large jetliners. I even remember in 67 when Apollo 1 blew up. As a young kid, the astronauts were killed in Apollo 1. I mean, I'll be 60 in September. Again, Challenger in 86. Well, the 2003 event, as I told you, I've been having dreams from around 86 on and paying close attention. The weekend the shuttle blew up in 03, Brother Paul had mentioned to us guys at the deacons meeting that he was leaving town that weekend. And anything need to be done? What's up? You mind? I'm out of here. And I shared with him, I said, Paul, look, man, a bunch of stuff I've been writing down the Lord's been giving me. Man, it looks like this is the weekend that this is all crisscrossing and coming together, because there's certain of these different events that are all happening at the same time. Right. Now, I didn't tell him that the space shuttle was going to blow up, but I'd already told him in a dream before, a year or so before, exactly that, about the explosion of another space shuttle, 7 dead, a Hawaiian blue sky day, but that was only one of about 5 or 6 other things that were happening that weekend, that they were literally going on. And I said, man, I think I'd stick around, because after what we've been through 9/11, Americans, I mean, it's earth-shaking. I mean, if you got any sense, you want to be paying attention and listening to the Lord, so He can deliver you through whatever's going on. Because, 3,000 people or better that day lost their lives. And I believe if we listen to the Lord, He can guide us and direct us where we need to go. But this is the fact that I want to share with you right now. The other day, the Lord started dealing with me. I've been gleaning all this stuff, but one thing I had not dealt with was He had me go look at the dates of the Apollo 1 explosion, the fire, where the 3 astronauts died, and the other 2 shuttle disasters. And they all happened in a 36-year time period in the exact same 6-day period, all 3 times. Now, what happens is all these other dreams and stuff the Lord's given me, these are the things that's leading me to check out. I'm telling you something, David, I want you to pay attention to it. So that's why I started checking, and I need to check this out. During that 6-day period, it runs from the 27th of January to the 2nd of February. Well, Pastor David, why that time period did they all 3 blow up and die, these people? Because of the big event that goes on in America every year at that time for nearly 120 years, called the Fort Worth Stock Show. It is famous cowboys, cattle, stock show, rodeo, all over the country and all over the world. People come to this stock show. It's Fort Worth is cowboy town. And what the Lord was showing me was that in the Bible, when Pharaoh chased the Israelis up to the Red Sea, and God let the Israelis cross, and then Pharaoh and his men decide to go in, because they can do it if Israel did it, and then God lets the water come over them and kills them all. Miriam on the other side and the ladies with the tambourines, everybody starts singing, the horse and the rider are thrown into the sea. The horse and the rider represents the enemies of God. This is what happens to you when you do the wrong thing to God's chosen people that he gave the word of God to bring to the nations. Now, another point. That year in 2003, which was the end of January and the 1st of February, right before we go into the Iraq War, Texas Department of Safety released their new car tag. And this car tag has a horse and a rider going across the prairie with the shuttle flying over top the horse and the rider in the stars. When the last shuttle, remember the first two, they blew up during the stock show too. But the last one, it blew up. It started coming apart as it crossed over the Fort Worth stock show. It blew up just a few miles from here at the Colony. And here is the point. Not only does the Bible say that those who do the Lord's people wrong, they're like the horse and the rider, but it says that even if you, God's enemies, set your nest in the heavens among the stars, I will bring you down from your lofty perch. All three of them, all three explosions of our spacecrafts have happened during that stock show to let us know, for those who are paying attention, that America is under judgment for what she's done to Israel and other things such as abortion and sexual immorality. If you had this many coincidences, quote, in any other thing other than talking about the Bible, you wouldn't even question it, that something's going on, unless you're really close to the Lord, because you can see his handiwork. The Bible tells us that God never does anything in the earth without first telling his prophets. Not one, not two, not three, but many. So when it comes to pass and somebody tries to make it something other than what it is, it's already been prophesied and written and foretold by others as they got it from God. God gave it to them. Now, Obama, when he got in office, remember I told you, Obama is the answer to what I do to those who hurt my people. And you can real easily say abomination, abomination, abomination. As soon as Obama got in office, he started scrapping our space program, the shuttles. This is not about me. It's about the Lord. It's about the Lord loves his people. And with everything that's going on, this is just a sign that our God is in control. I mean, you read the book of Revelation and you see all that stuff going down. And it appears to be out of control. But we're told in advance it's going to happen, so it's got to be under the control of God. What we have to do is be under the shadow of his wing and be following him with a pure heart as we can. Lord, I want to be where you want me to be. I want to think right and act right. Lord, I don't want anybody to be harmed by my actions in any way. I don't want to throw a stumbling block. I want to be a living example of you. I want to be your letter. Somebody can read me